Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I do hope that wherever you are doing well. So something did come up my mind, all right, and I thought to share this with you. And this is something that a lot of people abroad are ignorant about, and they find themselves getting into unions, proposing to people without even knowing what they're getting themselves into. And what I'm talking about here is credit cards, student loans, and filing for bankruptcy. There are a lot of people abroad that get into marriages without checking on these three things. Because at times, it's very easy for one to just fall in love and watch years pass by without asking crucial questions. Or sometimes you might even want to ask about them, but just because you guys are not in the same space all the time, one person might avoid the question, one person might be defensive, and they won't really want to answer those questions. And some people totally become very dismissive. So before you go ahead purchasing that $10,000 engagement ring, or before you, the lady, you go ahead saying yes to that man's proposal, make sure that you inquire on these three things. And what I mean by that is this: a lot of people just fall in love and they just go with the flow and waste each other's time, and eventually end up getting married and get to find out about these things after marriage, all right? Or some people waste your time, and it's maybe when you have already proposed and you're maybe like 6 months to the marriage that you feel like, okay, now I have to open up, and they end up ruining everything, which is not fair. For me, if you know that you have a big student loan, that you have a lot of credit cards, maybe you didn't keep your life in order, you made a lot of mistakes when you were younger, and you have a lot of credit card debts from buying human hair and from buying all these unnecessary things online, or you know that at some point of your life you filed for bankruptcy, open up to your partner. And there is a timing for opening up. Open up from the first to the third month of that relationship. The first 3 months, that is the furthest I would suggest you should go for. Do not be wasting someone's time, spending 7 years dating, and the whole time you have been lying. Open up from the first month to the third month. For somebody like me, initially even the first 2 weeks, because there's some people you meet and they are so intense with the love, you know they love you. Open up. For somebody like me, I'll open up right away because I do not like wasting my time. Sit them down, tell them, okay, babe, I have something to tell you. I'm very honored of you loving me, but there is something about me, there's something about my past. I have some skeletons in my closet I need to talk to you about. And the person is going to give you the chance to speak. Now, you'll be like, babe, forget that you met me in university, forget that you met me in college. I have a lot of student loan that I need to pay back. I made a lot of mistakes when I was younger, and I have a lot of credit card debt. Or I had a lot of debt from different creditors that I couldn't handle, and I had to file for bankruptcy. So this is a situation. And the reason why I'm saying it's better for you to tell them at the very beginning, because it's at the very beginning that the love is still very strong. Usually with time, love diminishes. It's at the very beginning that you should open up and confess. And after you do confess, give that person time. Don't expect you to just give you an answer right away. Give them time to think about it, to see if they can keep on with this thing or not, to see if it's something that they can settle or not. But open up at the very beginning, because some of us sometimes we feel like, okay, I can't tell this person because I don't want to lose them, I love them so much. Or some of them, we purposely make the choice to be deceitful, to be like, anyways, when I enter the marriage now, the person cannot divorce me, we'll already be in, when they will get angry, and from there and we'll just move on. No, don't do that. It is not fair. When you love someone, you don't do that. And when you want somebody to love you for who you are, open up, tell them who you are, so that they can take you for who you are and accept your baggage. You tell them, give them time to think about it and come up with an answer, okay? And sometimes, some of us even, we take things overboard, we amplify things. Sometimes you can even fall on somebody. Let me give you an example. You can fall on somebody that has a rich family, or that has an influential family that you don't know. The person might have kept it a secret. Or you can even find an international student. His parents are rich, or he has an heritage. You don't know about it. You can open up to them. All they want from you is honesty. Just confess. Open up to them, and you never know. They might have enough money to settle your debts, and you guys will peacefully move on. But because you're trying to be deceitful, you will end up losing something good. Or maybe you tell them after the marriage now, even if they have the money, they will not want to accept you. They will not want to support you because they feel like, okay, you were very deceitful from the beginning, and they'll be like, okay, you know what? I am out. And you can't blame them. And some of you guys will say, this is a long process, so they'll be forced to stay with me. They will not be forced to stay with you. Some people, they will use that evidence in court and say, this person lied to me and I want out. And the earlier they want out, the better. Or some people are even savages. Some international students will be like, you know what? You want to teach an old dog new tricks? Okay. The person will just leave you, bounce from that country. Let's say, leave Canada and go back to their country, or leave Canada and go somewhere else and move on with their lives. And they don't even need to divorce you. Some people can even marry in another country without divorcing you and move on with their lives. So, there is no point of being deceitful, alright? Like I said, speak up so that a solution can be found. And if a solution cannot be found, then you guys just separate. There is nothing wrong with that, and you move on with your life. Because if you are being deceitful, what is going to happen is this. When you guys are just dating, you can dismiss a lot of things because you each come from different homes and everything. You don't spend a lot of time together. You're not in the same confinement all the time. But when you eventually get to get married now, you will get to move in together. There are some expectations you will have from each other. Let's say, for instance, you get married to an international student. Whenever they are done school, they are done school. They don't owe any money. So whatever money they make after school, after graduation, is their money. They don't owe anyone explanation. They do whatever they want to do with their money. But you would have a lot of debt as a Canadian citizen or as a permanent resident. They have a lot of debt and all that stuff. Their money is their money. So they will be thinking that, okay, your money too is your money. So when you guys move in together now, most times the husband is going to be like, okay, honey, come and sit down. Let's see how much bills we have. Let's put all our bills together and see how much it is. And we're going to come out with an amount that you're going to give me every month. And I'm going to come out with an amount that I'm going to be giving you every month. We're going to agree on certain amount. Maybe now the person is like, okay, is it possible for you to give me 1,000 for every month? Now you're going to be like, no, I can't do that. No, it's not possible. But the person is like, but why? I thought we were making this amount of money. This should be reasonable and everything. No, I just can't. It's too much. Or sometimes some of you'll be like, okay, honey, sure, no problem. You start giving the 1,400. Then all of a sudden, you start giving them 600. The person is going to be like, okay, what's happening here? Why the sudden drop? Why you move from giving me 1,400 all of a sudden to $600? This is not enough. This is not what we agreed on from the beginning. But that is because you are handling those things behind closed doors. You are hiding. You are forgetting that getting married to somebody now, you are no longer one. You are no longer by yourself. You are now together in this. You can no longer hide. Because that person is not your father or your mother. You are in this together. So it's better for you to open up. So that the person is going to look at all your responsibilities that you have, all your bills, and try to see how you guys can work on this debt. How you guys can come up with a payment plan. Sometimes they can be like, you know what, in the next 3 years, we're just going to tackle this, clear this out, and move on with our lives. And some of you, I don't want to be you. Sometimes you get married to some people thinking that you'll be deceitful. You know that when you're just dating, nothing is expected of you. Alright? The person doesn't expect anything from you. But when you get married, some people are very ambitious. Some partners are very ambitious. Maybe when you were dating, they were like, you know what? As soon as we get married, I'm going to buy a house. We're going to get a car on finance. We're going to open a restaurant. We're going to open this business. And you'll be like, yeah. Not knowing that as he's making those plans, he's also relying on you. Oh God. The person is also relying on you. Imagine you guys have been going around looking for a home to buy, talking to all these real estate agents, making plans. Then you finally get to find your ID home. Then they say, okay, you have some documents that you need to come and sign. And maybe he was relying on your credit score too. And you were relying on his credit score. Now they get to find out that One of you guys, you cannot even get a credit card of $500. Do you know how embarrassing that is going to be for you guys as a couple in front of that real estate agent? Do you know how embarrassing that is going to be? Some of you guys, you go to rental units, you go for an apartment. Now you get to meet with the building staff and they tell you, okay, these are the documentation, all we need is your SIN numbers and everything to check your credit scores, and they get to find out zero you don't have. Some of you guys who finance cars, zero. Ha! Oh my God, I don't want to be you. What do you want to see after that? Some of you guys have filed bankruptcy. Bankruptcy, it depends. Oh. Bankruptcy, it can be discharged after 9 months. And that even depends on your history, if you have filed bankruptcy before or not. And sometimes, even for your bankruptcy to be discharged, there are some things that are going to be expected from you. There are some creditors that will say, we want to have a meeting with this person. Sometimes they'll tell you, you have to go for money management meetings and everything to be taught how to manage money. There are some responsibilities they will give you that you will need to tackle before they will discharge your bankruptcy. And if you don't tackle those things, some of you guys, your bankruptcy can paralyze you guys for the next 10 years of your life. And you will go and get married to somebody, not telling them. And that person is getting married to you, relying on you. Maybe their credit score at the beginning was powerful. Then later on it dropped. They will now come to you and be like, okay, babe, in case we're about to lose our place, because right now my credit is not doing well. In case we're about to lose our place, now you can step up. In case they're not able to go for this, you can go for this. And you have not told them. And they don't even know that your paralysis is going to last for the next 10 years. They don't even know. Please, do not do that. You are only hurting yourself. Deceit is not good. Alright? Like I said, speak up. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. Don't let somebody's son go and spend huge amounts of money to buy you that beautiful ring when you know you're not serious. Don't just go and say, oh yes baby, I'll marry you, I love you, I can't wait to be the mother of your kids. When you clearly know you are deceiving them, don't do that. It's not fair. When you love somebody, you care for them, you need to be truthful. Open up. If they leave you, they leave you. If they choose to stay with you, you know that they chose to stay with you. So that tomorrow if they say, if I had I known, you say you knew. I told you. Stop complaining, please. You don't want to be carrying that guilt in you. And like I also said, some people come from good families. They have heritage. They have things. You never know. They keep it a secret from you. But if you open up, they'll be like, okay, baby, I got you. How much is $200,000? I got you, I got you, I got you. I have this figured out. Just make sure that when I settle this, do not get into this same trouble again. Please handle your finances properly and, clean up your mess. Don't just do this again. So like I said, avoid being deceitful. Be truthful. Deceit doesn't take you anywhere. Free yourself. If they love you, they will stay. If they can't handle it, they will leave. And you will keep being yourself, and whenever you're going to find somebody that's going to love you for whatever you come with, they will go for you. No need to lie. No need to play with someone else's life, alright? It's not worth it. Because eventually, if you think you're being smart, I'll tell them after marriage, they will have no choice. Trust me. That person is going to end up resenting you, hating you, all kinds of things. Why? There's some people that when you meet, even if you guys don't end up together, you guys can stay really good friends. Those people later on, they can be of help to you. They can even get to remember you and be like, man, I remember this girl or this guy, I wanted to marry him or her in the past, and they had so much debt and everything. That person can relocate tomorrow. That person can become rich tomorrow, and the person can come back to you and be like, okay, what's happening with you now? Do you still have a lot of debt and everything? I can help you clear that out. Being truthful is better than being a deceitful person. So always do your best to be honest in everything you do. Always do your best to be honest in every dealings of yours. Do not play with people's lives. You can mess up your life, but do not deliberately and consciously decide to mess up somebody else's life, alright? It's not fair. So stay truthful to yourselves out there, alright? This is what I had to share with you guys. I just wanted to open up your eyes, because a lot of people are ignorant to this, especially, like I said, my international students. be very, very, very careful out there. So this is what I had to share with you. If you think it's good information and you actually find this very important, thumbs up the video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, subscribe, all right? Support your girl, all right? Subscribe to my channel and let me know down below what you think about this. Let me know if you have made that mistake. Let me know how you resolved it. Let me know if you made that mistake and it did cost you a lot, all right? Bye. Ciao, ciao.